This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
And a pleasant good evening live from the Macarthur soccer field. You heard right. That was a first for the year. We've been here a couple of times. In fact, in a quarterfinal matchup just a week ago where the Lady Highlanders advanced. And what a great advancement it was to make it historically a historic night. The first time in school history to make the semifinals. So we're so glad that you could be a part of it. We're going to be up live on Facebook here shortly. We're up on YouTube. You can download our free app on Apple and Android devices. It's free to download and free to watch. The Macarthur Highlanders with an 18-2 record, only with 2 losses, undefeated in the district. A number 1 seed will face the Coweta Tigers, 13-3. They have only 3 losses on the season. They are also unblemished in district play, and we are live for a showdown where you say, hey, the best of the best, here it is, let's just dial it up. And so we've got a special in-studio guest with us today from Lawton Marketing Group, as they were last time, our title sponsor for this match, and you have a lot of reasons why. But before we talk about that, talk a little bit about, if you're unfamiliar with what Lawton Marketing can do for you, tell us all of what you, and I love that you're based out of here, but you can go worldwide with your talents. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we are, appreciate that. We are a full-service marketing and branding agency. And like you said, we do work all over the country. Actually, most of our clients are outside of the state of Oklahoma. And we can help you with anything in regards to marketing or branding, anything in the digital space, website, social media, all of that type of thing. We can do totally custom to graphic design and anything else like that, content writing, all the different things. And so, but, man, I tell you, we are obviously, like you said, I've got a vested interest here because my daughter is on this team, and so we're super excited to sponsor and be a part of this. But, you know, we didn't get to talk about it last time, but myself and J.R. Cortez, we coached, I think I was told the other day it was 13 girls that are on this team.
Wow.
Were a part of ECL.
At one point or another,
At one point or another, whether they were on the team or guest played for us or were always at our practices. You know, there's a couple of girls that were there in that way, but, I know so many of these girls so well, and JR and I got to coach them for years and have an amazing amount of success with them, and they're phenomenal athletes, phenomenal soccer players, and they've got a depth of experience playing together, which I think you'll really get to see that tonight.
So basically, they got 9 players that are seniors that are going to be graduating. And so you talk about the experience that they bring in by playing with each other for as long as they have. That's going to beat well. And, you know, this, you say, well, if this is going to be your year, this is the year. And they really shown that. In fact, we're going to talk a little bit about that in their little making history getting to this point. What was it like this morning at Wake Up Call about – talk about her feeling, because you're inside the house. What her feelings were, emotions, what her mindset was. Take us through that.
Yeah, so she's been just ready, you know, really in a positive place, an expectant place, not overly confident or anything weird like that. Just really in a good, positive space. And I've asked her continually every day, like, how's the team? What's the vibe with the team? How's everybody doing? And she says the same thing. Like, we're just all dialed in. We're all excited. Everybody's focused. Everybody's in unity together. And we know what the stakes are, and we're pumped to get to go out there and play. And everybody's just ready to sell out all the way for it. Which is exactly what you want from a team. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that.
So this year, I've seen the entire team has been pretty locked in this year, right? But Aspen is a holding midfielder, right? You set the pace, you set the tone, you know, physicality wise, pace wise, everything, right?
Yeah.
Tempo. And this is, I think, the most I've seen Aspen locked in the last 4 or 5 games. Like they got halfway through district, and she said, "I know we got this." I can't guarantee. I don't know as much as you do. That's what she's saying, but that's in my mind. That's what she's been saying every time she goes on the field. I got this. So that's.
Yeah, I think
she's playing some really good ball.
I think she's feeling it, and she likes where she's at. She's just in a good, confident place. Has been playing in that same position for a while now, and so confident there. And you've just got a bunch of teammates around you that are in the same spot as far as they're locked in as well. They're feeling really good. They know they're exactly in the spot that they're supposed to be in, and they're feeling healthy. They're feeling dialed in. And many of these girls, I would say, are playing the best soccer of their lives right now.
Yeah.
All at the same time, which is super great to see.
Plus, for some of them, you get told right before the playoffs start that congratulations, you made all-state, all-district, all that.
Yeah.
Then there goes that confidence even higher.
Absolutely.
It's exactly what you want walking into the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Not really walking in. They ran into the playoffs.
That's right.
I know the team captains came to the center of the field, discussed with the officials. They're back at the sidelines. They're going to have their starting lineups. This was from their Facebook page. I had to grab that because, this didn't happen overnight. I love this because this is not something that you just normally say, okay, wow, they made history. You're in the semifinals. But the work began last summer. And I'll say the work actually began years ago. But we'll just stick with that. The blood, sweat, and, yes, the tears, all for this purpose. Proving that their doubters wrong and surging onto uncharted waters, making history every time you took the field. Those who doubted you now do at their own peril. All of Lawton is behind you, and we will be there to watch you make even history again tonight, hosting a state semifinals match at the Macarthur campus. That's brand new as well. It's not a Cameron Stadium like we've seen in years past. All the stadiums are at all 3 schools playing soccer this year. We are witness to the journey. Be proud, be great, be historic, and then # beat Coweta. And boy, I mean, that really kind of sets it. Yeah,
let's go.
Gets you right on it. So I know that we're excited. I know that they'll probably have the national anthem played. They'll have the starting lineups. We're going to take a quick timeout. But Kobe, I'm going to let you get back and be a parent because I know you're front and center on the 50-yard line there. You got great seats in the first couple of rows. You and your lovely wife, and I know you got a great staff. And I guess you're looking for someone too. I noticed an application, way that if you're looking for a great place to work, dial them up.
That's right. We're hiring. So,
all right.
Love to talk to you.
Love that, too. All right. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, now they're going to introduce the Macarthur Lady Highlanders. The Coweta Lady Tigers were introduced. They're in all white, and the Macarthur Lady Highlanders are going to be in all dark. And is the goaltender wearing number 1. Miss Isaacson trots out for the congratulatory fist bumps to the officials. Rich is going to be help calling most of this soccer because not only coached it, your son was a senior on the Macarthur team this past year. What a great season. It ended in the wrong way. I know your son tied it up, sent it into overtime with 18 seconds left to go. That was a thrilling moment, but then kind of switched gears there in that second overtime.
They had a great year.
Yeah.
But, right now we're here to celebrate these ladies and what they're accomplishing on the pitch also.
Yeah, so Rich also gives a great officials explanation of things. So as we kind of entertain you, kind of walking through the soccer practice, and for those who are maybe unfamiliar with it, as like I am as far as some of the calls are concerned, I know when a goal goes in the net, I know what that means. So at least I got that down. So
well, hopefully the team in black and yellow tonight will be doing that for us.
Yeah, this is exciting spring sports because, you got track going on. You've got baseball. We've got 4 baseball games on Thursday. They are going to do the presentation of the national anthem. We'll take a timeout. Be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, so the national anthem being played here at the Macarthur High School soccer field. That's right. It's going to be football as well. In fact, told that some of the inner-city games we've got for you is going to be played here. 2 Macarthur varsity football games going to be played here on this field. So we're kind of in the stands and right available right for you, and Rich is going to be with me along the way, and we got 2 halves of the 40, and we'll place that. Get ready for action, and we're ready for it.
So I had a chance to talk to both Coach Marcus and Coach Nate today, and I asked 2 questions of them, right? Question 1, what does this mean for the coaching staff and the ladies, right, and the young ladies? Both of their answers were, this is everything, right? Every time they touch the field right now, they make history. So this is huge for the program. It's huge for the girls, huge for the coaching staff. Marcus and Nate have been here for 10 years coaching together, and they haven't been this far, So I also asked Marcus, I said, you have a very talented team, both teams, boys and girls this year. Where do they rank, with the rest of your career coaching here? And Marcus said, look, I have had some super talented teams, but I think this year, top to bottom, kind of topped, barely edged out a couple of the others. So just kind of speaking to the talent that they have, and, but then I also asked them, what's the keys to victory tonight? So it was possession, trust, and belief. So that's
a lot goes into that, as we'll have the opening kick, as we say, the Macarthur Lady Highlanders in all black, Coweta Lady Tigers in all white. Thanks for Billy Palmer giving a little shout-out for us. I know they're a soccer enthusiast. His kids play, and seems like all year long, and he's been our Eisenhower broadcast. And that's the other thing is, too, we've got a lot of unified between Lawton High, Eisenhower, Macarthur. At this point, everybody wants Macarthur with a win, and there's the opening whistle.
Yeah, there's kids here I've seen from Elgin, from Eisenhower, from Lawton High, all over the place. The Macarthur boys are out here cheering on the ladies, as they should be.
Say that, I wonder, spring sports always start off a little cool, and they're always dressed appropriately. This is probably the warmest day we've seen in a while after some of the rain stuff. It's going to get warmer even yesterday. How do you think that's going to play in effect with fatigue and fluids and all the rest of that stuff for today?
So depending on preparation. I mean, and not just as a team, but individual preparation for the night. So there's going to be cramps. There's going to be maybe some injuries or just straight up, hey, I'm tired, I need you to sub me off type. There we go. All right. Almost had a ball going through to Deanne Tate up top there. I mean, no one's really settled into this match yet. A lot of back and forth, no possession being held.
We also mentioned only 5 losses between these two teams. Coweta with 3, Macarthur with 2. I mean, that's saying something. That you're talking about both number 1 seeds. This is the best of the best. And you know what? When you have 32 teams in a class, you'd expect the best to be there at the end in the Final Four.
So right now, the Final Four, you got 3 number 1 seeds, Claremore, Macarthur, Coweta, and then a number 2 seed that is super strong in Bishop Kelly. Right, and
so
they're a number 2 seed to Coweta.
The penalty kick went way out the range, and so
the free kick goes over. That was about a 45-yard kick.
Yeah, you were talking about how I guess Mr. Isaacson was giving us some information about one of their kickers can kick a 35-yard dart. And you got to be careful about her range.
Yeah, and you get that as we move up into these higher level games, you're going to have obviously better players and ladies that can shoot the ball from 30 yards and be super accurate and on a rope. And that's what Aspen Edwards has been so phenomenal at this year, is closing out on those shooters and not letting that happen.
The other thing is, too, and this just a small observation with only about 3 minutes into this, that the ball is on this end of the field more. And we noticed that in the quarterfinals where Macarthur was on the other end, where they were taking a lot of shots on goal and they had it in their territory a lot longer.
Yeah, and Macarthur, this ladies' team is very flexible. So, I mean, if it comes down to they're playing a counterattacking game to where they have to sit back and take a couple lumps, shall we say, and then counterattack, they can do that. Just like we are here,
right?
On a big counterattack, Nelia Cordes passes that one up. Let's go to Elena Burke. Plays a beautiful ball into Nelia Cordes, and this girl has some feet on her. She can do some magical things with the ball at her feet.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful pass right into the middle. Elena Kotani just wide.
But, the fans were happy with it because the selection was good, the shot, just a little off. But I'll tell you what, I mean, that's what the crowd came in. We're going to see if that crowd, and it's starting to still build, people are still coming in, will play an advantage in this. Because Coweta's side, I know, unless they're here on the shade side here out in the sun.
We do have some Coweta Tiger, or Lady Tiger fans over here. I saw them coming up.
I think it's smart, because we're right directly over the sun in the visitor's eyes. So
yeah, this is not one of those matchups that – you have some
animosity
separation between
rivals. How about that?
Rivals. It's not. It's not an inner city match. It's not a close geographical match. Nelia Cordes back on the ball in the midfield. Makes a move. Looks to put one through to Elena Burke. Oh, that one goes off a defender wrong.
Goalie comes up.
Elena just makes a little bit heavy of a touch there.
She looks like, man, if you just had the support with the pass off too, it would have been nice.
Ball's just a hair too much for Elena Burke.
I wonder if jitters has something to do with that too. You can't help but think, I mean, this is semifinals, and it means something, and you've had to go to school and have class all day. Coweta had to go jump on a bus, take a big long bus ride. There's a lot of emotions right now in the start of this match.
Yeah, and I know the Lady Highlanders have heard it all week too. Or last 4 days. This is the first time.
Yeah.
Making history.
Yeah.
That's pressure.
Yeah. Right now, both teams show, their aggression there. meaning that they have aggressive
pass
ball
intercepted
on
in the
attempt.
midfield.
Yeah.
A really good ball there in and then through for the winger out here. But Brindley Clark looks like she's up to the task. A corner kick for the Lady Tigers.
It's a beautiful day, and it's a great, the temperature's a little bit warmer than what we would normally see, and this is May, and you never know what you're going to get. Could be rainy, could be, just all of what we see in what May brings. But it's a nice night for it.
Oh, that corner kick comes in and is right off the Lady Tiger head. Goes in. So the Lady Tigers up 1-0 here against the Lady Highlanders. About 6.5 minutes in. 6 minutes, 15 seconds in.
So that corner, and then you'll see right there, and it goes right in, right where it didn't need to be. And the Lady Highlanders find themselves down 1-0.
Yeah, and Ella Isaacson buried her head in her hands. Nothing really she could have done about that. She just has to shake it off. It's just like a quarterback in football. You throw an interception or something, or whatever happens, you just have to have a short memory. Ella's been very, very good at that this year.
Well, you say in typical any sport, you got to answer points with points, and it starts right here.
Yep, Malia Cortez makes that ball over to Barley Hasty. It's a little out of her reach. Great hustle back by Elena Burke, putting a physical play on, getting the ball to Brindley Clark, the phenomenal freshman here that we've had all year, just showing her stuff. Good work by Aspen Edwards to stop that attack. Ball does not quite get out of bounds, though, and the winger wins that one. Was that a corner kick or looks like they're calling another corner kick for the Lady Tigers. See, the Lady Highlanders can mark up just a smidge better this time. It's so easy for someone to get lost in that run in and come loose. Ella Isaacson makes a big
nice
play
job.
between two Lady Tigers. Both of them with swinging feet. No fear. Goes in there and takes that ball from them.
Oh, she got to feel a little bit better about that. The first one, when it came through, the second one, she was able to split the defenders and make the block.
Yeah, and they were both swinging their foot at the ball. That's takes a brave soul. Elena Burke with the play on the sideline. Goes out for a Lady Highlander throw. Substitution for the Lady Highlanders. Emma Hart coming in for Deanne Tate. Emma Hart's been a big surprise for the Lady Highlanders this year. Doing some amazing things. Lost our starting center forward to ACL tear. And Emma has come up huge. Just providing offense for the ladies.
Talk a little bit about their bench. How deep do they go with that bench players that they can really rely on to give some of your starters a breather when necessary?
So the Lady Highlanders bench is it's pretty deep. There's some super good talent there that they can kind of rely on and give us starters a breather. But one great thing about the ladies on the field is their conditioning has been so good that they haven't, most of the starters will play 90% of the game.
But it's good when you can
count
on it.
Yeah, when you have like Emma Hart or Deanne Tate that comes in because like J.C. Seaton is injured, and you can rely on some production from them.
See how well seasoned these girls are as far as the placement is concerned, and there's a lot of the great strategy of passing it off.
Brinley Clark trying to keep up.
Nice.
Great block there. Trying to see Layla Mosby on the block. Ball goes out for another corner kick for the Lady Tigers from this same side where they scored the goal from. All right, ladies, no loose runners. Great job by Ella Isaacson to get a hand in there and take away that cross. It was going to an open player.
We're talking to his dad earlier, and he said, being a goalkeeper's dad is like the quarterback on a football team. The stress and anxiety is more on the parents, a parent of a goalie,
Yeah.
I understand what he means by that.
A goalkeeper parent is very stressful.
Yeah.
A goalkeeper is I've always said your goalkeeper is that one person on the team who just has zero fear. They're built different. They are just built totally different mentally and what their mentality, not mentally, but their mentality. They are built completely different.
So 12 minutes into this match, Coweta with the lone score to make it 1-0. And this has been back and forth as far as ball placement of not being on one side of the field. It's been kind of back and forth.
Yeah, both teams have had their chances. Leah Cortez trying to make another one for the Lady Highlanders here. Goes out to Elena Burke. Swings that one into the middle. Emma Hart can't quite get onto that one.
Kind of saw that she was there. I mean, it's like she's her placement. If it was a little bit, she could have been right inside where she needed to be. Oh, got a flag up. They got a hand touch the ball there.
Yep, we got a handling against the Lady Tigers. So the Lady Highlanders get a free kick from back here. Should be around the 35-yard line. Looks like Aspen Edwards is needing a little bit of assistance in there.
Yeah,
Avery Dowdy
on a knee there, yeah.
Avery Dowdy standing up off the bench.
I think they're going to take a look at, I don't know if it's her wrist or something. That's
like
or her
elbow
elbow.
she's
holding her elbow, yeah.
Elbow or shoulder.
So she'll come off a little bit.
But that's a tough young lady, too. I don't think she's going to stay off long unless it's super serious,
Yeah.
Avery Dowdy comes in, another All-State player. When you have an All-Stater coming off the bench, it kind of says something for your team.
Yeah, that's a nice. If it's a problem, it's a nice one to have, or an advantage.
Good job by Brinley Clark to step back in. Takes a little shot on that one, but so a lot of people downplay the level of physicality that there is in soccer. I hear a lot of people talking about, football's the manly sport. It's the super physical. But I'm telling you, there's some knocks in a soccer game.
Yeah, it is.
And very little
shoulder
protection
pads and
from
helmets.
it.
Yeah, you don't have that, so it's
very little protection from those knocks. That ball from Ella Isaacson just bounces up over everybody. Emma Hart's going to get on it, and there she goes.
Oh.
Just shrugged off to the side. Big physical play by the center back for the Lady Tigers. Barley Hasty looking for someone to cross to. Gets it forward to Elena Koteny. Ball goes out for a Lady Highlanders throw.
No, one of the people that do not downplay the physicality of this is actually insurances. And I know that because if you have a child that plays soccer, that increases like for ACLs and stuff like that. And it's noticeable, and so it is physical, very physical. And you already said we lost one Lady Highlander to an injury already that was out for the season. So we can show that, it certainly – and really their footwork. I mean, I'm really amazed with the stop and and all the stuff that they can do. Oh, man, almost ran into the bench. So
Brinley Clark with the hustle play there. Coach Aaron Bear had to save her from running into some things over there. Good work on the back for Nalia Cortez. And that ball comes right in just over Emma Hart. I'd like to see a touch and control there, but still keeping the ball pushed forward on our side of the field is a plus.
So I'd like to welcome those who are watching on Facebook. Make sure you like and follow us there. On YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And, of course, on the network, you can download the apps on Apple and Android devices by searching the Oklahoma Sports Network. Free to download and free to watch. 1-0 Coweta at the 24-minute mark of the first half. Oh, nice shot.
Oh, great work there by the Lady Highlanders inside the area. And it's back out. Avery Dowdy's going to hit one from distance. Scooped up by the Lady Tigers goalkeeper. Good message from the Lady Owls and all of Elgin soccer. Elgin High School soccer saying, "Go Lady Highlanders, beat Coweta."
It's good. You know, it's like, you know.
It's a whole area thing. Southwestern Oklahoma, we've been so close. With the Lawton Soccer Club, we got kids coming in there from Elgin, Cash, Duncan, Altus, all of them playing together at some point or another. And, for Coach Chris from the Elgin soccer family to send me that text, a big shout out to the Elgin Owls, who for the first time in school history made the playoffs this year.
Very nice.
Their program's been stepping up over the past few years.
When you talk about soccer being a family, it's just because, if you start out at the big green and worked your way up, it's a community. And, you go to your area school and there's some city rivals and stuff like that. But when it comes to this and, right down to where it's at, it's kind of east versus west. As far as this matchup is concerned, you're going to get a lot more attention here from the West, trying to put out those congratulations out. Nothing against of course, Coweta. We don't really know much about the East Side schools when it comes to sports, except for when you start having this quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. That's when you say East.
This pops up,
West.
And you start studying film. And,
that's right.
But to your point, when Elgin and Macarthur or Elgin and Eisenhower, Lawton High, Eisenhower, Macarthur, when we step on the field against each other, it's,
it's war.
It's kind of no holds barred, like, let's go.
Like any other sports.
As soon as they step off the field, it is, let's go, Owls. Make history tonight in your first playoff match.
Yeah.
Or let's go, Lady Highlanders, make history tonight, coming from Elgin or coming from Cash. So supporters from all over Southwest Oklahoma have made it here to the stadium. And, just tuning in to watch, we welcome you. We are at Highlander Field. Rich Frederick, Eric Sherem, and, of course, we got Samuel Frederick on the camera.
I think Samuel, he got recruited last minute, trying to get us some camera angles, and he's doing a great job of getting the action in.
Well, I asked him if he wanted
fresh
to make
off the tennis courts.
I asked him if he wanted to make some gas money.
There you go. He's 16, and I understand that he drove you here. Now, it's not like mothers that have the white-knuckled appearance for driving. I guess he did okay. He passed with flying colors.
I usually close my eyes when I drive.
Okay, all right.
Try to take a nap.
Okay. Then that's a good trust factor then. But I appreciate him jumping in here, and I know Billy was on standby, and he had a lot of commitments too, and he did a great job of calling all of our Eisenhower soccer, and he's watching too to be a part of history here, and hopefully Macarthur, if they can just get that tying goal here in this first half.
There's been a lot of pressure by the Lady Highlanders up here in their own penalty area.
Yeah.
In their offensive third. Just controlling the neutral third is kind of where the Lady Highlanders are struggling a little bit here. So back to when I was asking the coaches about keys to success, my key to success for the Lady Highlanders was going to be transitioning from the winning the ball phase to starting the attack and taking advantage of the wide areas as we start the attack instead of trying everything down the middle. If we can take advantage of those wide areas, maybe slow the attack a little bit. I know Coweta wants to push the pace.
I noticed that. They are really trying to – they are not laying back. Both are aggressive when they get down on their ends of the field. But I was trying to just as a neutral just observer how much, you in football you always talk about time of possession, but how much is it in the area?
That ball's in. Elena Burke is going to be on the run trying to beat the Lady Tigers defender, and she does. Looking to make a cross here. Still working. Wins the throw-in for the Lady Highlanders. Great job by Elena Burke down there. Sorry to cut you off, but that was
it's action, so you go
kind of exciting there.
Jump right in there.
So the Coweta coach, I talked to the Coweta coach briefly as they were getting off the bus, and I was getting a roster from him and stuff. And I asked him what's their keys to success. He said, control the tempo. And I can see now his controlling, what he wants to do is he wants to push the tempo.
Yeah. And that kind of goes out there behind the net. So the throw in from the side, unsuccessful for the Lady Highlanders. Glad you could join us here on the Oklahoma Sports Network, an OSSAA presentation of this playoff run and semifinals. And thanks to Lawton Marketing Group for being our title sponsor, for helping us sponsor this semifinal match.
Yeah, Lawton Marketing Group has been absolutely an essential piece of us bringing you Highlander soccer over the years, or at least the past few years, when I've been doing it here.
Speaking of which, I think is 19 back in. I think she is, right?
She's over here talking to.
Oh, she is. Okay.
Kobe and Kelly.
All right, I got you. Oh, I guess you're explaining. Put a little bit of something on it.
Got ice on it.
A little bit of swelling, yeah.
Lady Tigers step in and take control of possession here. Start moving up the field. Making her beat two people every time that, a Lady Tiger has the ball. That's been huge for the Lady Highlanders all season, is being able to make people have to beat two people. And I don't see it being any different tonight. Throw in here for the Lady Tigers. Possession taken control of by the Lady Highlanders. Elena Burke has just had an outstanding match so far tonight. Aggressiveness, winning to the ball, physicality.
I know they're used to this, but, this is marked off as a football field. I know with soccer markings. But, I'm so used to seeing out of bounds for football. It's not out of bounds in soccer, and I know they know the difference. You can see the yellow line and then the black line that goes out there extends that. But, it's
beautiful turn by Nalia Cordes. Now we have an attack for the Lady Highlanders. That ball's through. Emma Hart is on the run.
Oh.
Just offside. We have a collision with the goalkeeper here.
Well,
looks like the goalkeeper's okay. Emma Hart's getting up slowly.
Wow, little replay in the collision down there. What a save.
She was just offside on that play. AR up to task on his side of the pitch.
Very happy, too, of the 13 schools on the network. We got representation, not for tonight's soccer, but we've got actually 6 that are playing in state baseball, and you think about making state, it's the final 8 of 32 after they come out of their regions, very much similar to basketball. But, you'll get to catch Carl Albert, Elgin, Bethany, and Newcastle all on Thursday. So starting like in the morning, going all the way until the evening, you can catch baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Now, Elgin's going to do what Coweta had to do, is travel across the state. They're going to have to go to the east side there to play some baseball, and that will be on Thursday night. They'll play in the Tulsa area.
Elgin now is going to represent Southwest Oklahoma on the diamond.
Yep.
And we got an offside call here against the Lady Tigers. Ball's going to come back there. Looks like around the C in Macarthur. I'm going to put my glasses on to help me out.
You get our age, you need all the assistance we can get. Need a little bit of help with extra added vision. Say the weather really worked out, in this time your biggest fear was, and then we have Miss Edwards is going to come back in.
Aspen coming back in. Avery Dowdy's going to continue to take a break. I know Avery Dowdy's had a nagging knee injury basically most of the season. When she's been in, she's been a huge part of their success, though.
And like you said, you get an all-stater that can come off the bench and contribute even with whatever she's got going on. But still want to try to get that ball over on this end of the field. And they're
making her presence known to the Lady Tigers.
She goes, I got enough break. I'm right back in, elbow or not. That's kind of hurting. I'm going to.
Yeah, taking the foul. Looks like Lily Smith's going to line up and take this free kick for the Lady Highlanders. Looks like they're going to try to play this one long. They got all the ladies lined up right around the 15-yard line. Looks like the Lady Highlanders won that throw.
Looks like the Macarthur faithful stands are trying to do the chant of "Let's go Mac." As we said earlier, and we can't really thank Lawton Public Schools for putting this together where you can actually play on your home field. I mean, nothing against having the shared field at Cameron, which we've done for so long, and some of that's still going to continue with football. But to have all three schools have their own fields, and there's a shot, and then almost complete with their restrooms and their concession stand, and all three, Eisenhower, Lawton High, and it's not just football. They have softball, baseball, all complete, all done. That was all with that bond issue, and now they're playing here, and with some sense of pride that, hey, we're playing on our home field.
Yeah, one thing I talked to Brett about too, Coach Manning, was like it is so much different. It just hits different when you step on the field and your logo is in the middle of that field.
Yeah, and you're representing it, you're defending it. It's your home.
When the football comes around, it says Macarthur.
Yeah.
Highlanders.
In fact, looking forward to that as we call all of the football games throughout the season. I've already been notified that we're going to play at least 2 of them here because they're going to play some of the smaller matchups. Ooh, there's a shot.
Elena Burke caught just offside.
Is it because you get caught off because you just, your placement of being offsides because you're just so aggressive and you just don't really know your placement is? Is that easy to be offsides?
So, offside is tricky sometimes. She can be offside by a toe.
A fraction of it. Yeah, I got you. Well, in football it's like that. You have that nose of the ball, you can just be just that much over. Man, a great footwork.
Aspen Edwards trying to fight through there. Burnley Clark on this backside here. Got a runner outside of her. But the Lady Tigers unable to get it that way this time. They're definitely looking to hit this side of the field. Nalia Cordes comes up to help. Brinley Clark steps in, gets that ball up to Elena Burke, and Brinley's going to overlap. Like to see her beat one here and have that shot. Beautiful shot.
Oh,
Great,
wow.
Great save by the Lady Tigers goalkeeper. Lady Tigers goalkeeper is sophomore Easton DeHughes.
Going to see that again. Here's the placement. It was a great shot on goal, and bam. And there she goes. Just put cell on her body for the catch and the block.
Yeah, Brinley Clark's been just absolute beast mode all through district play here as a freshman. So, we got that coming 3 more years of it after this year. So, had to mess with the people in the next booth over for a second. Keep us entertained.
It's nice that we have a little press box area that we're enjoying too as part of the new facilities, and they have the new bleachers that they put in, and people are already starting to make it feel like home. And soccer really had the first advantage of it. Well, take that back. Baseball and softball had the first advantage of having their new turfs put in, and then this was next. And to get this tremendous when you don't have, and especially springtime, when it rains on these fields, and even baseball will appreciate it too. Yeah, you may miss the natural grass, but I'll tell you what, when it comes to the rains that we receive, the drainage is great, and you can play on it the next day. You don't have swamps of puddles and areas of repair. Or even when I was talking to my wife about this, about the advantage of saving on the water bill in the summer of just watering these things,
Yeah, a lot of people will tell you, though, they don't want to play on turf.
Yeah, I understand. There's always the goods and bads, Talk about that with baseball. I love the smell of the fresh cut grass and the dirt, and having to play on artificial turf.
Turf tends to cause more injuries.
Yeah. Has a different kind of a give. But I will say, we're old enough to know AstroTurf. Now, if you're unfamiliar with that was a raspberry. If you fell on it, you were like scraping across concrete. They've done a little bit better with the chewed-up recycled tires that they do now.
Brinley Clark working on her winger here. Great job by Brinley and Layla Mosby to work on that. Ball goes out for a Lady Tigers throw-in, but the attack is stopped. Lady Highlanders get a chance to recover here. Still 1-0 on the scoreboard. Lady Highlanders down by 1. Not the first time this season they've seen, the wrong end of the scoreboard during the first half.
I was going to ask that. I mean, how many times have they had to come from behind?
Not many, but they've been able to do it. So
yep.
We're excited to see what happens. A very resilient group of young ladies here.
Well, you do or die when the Final Four with semifinals. The winner will advance to the state championship in Class 5A of girls soccer.
Lady Highlanders, the last man standing, if you will, for the 5A West districts. About 6 minutes left in this first half.
It's kind of been going pretty fast. I mean, the pace, as far as either team is not laying back. I mean, as far as on both offense and defense there.
Well, this this is not the time to set back and try and let the other team make a mistake or do whatever you can. Watch and see what they have. You got to know what they have coming into it. You got to know what you have, and just come out and pound hard. Allie Buchko with the defensive stop.
thank you for chiming in and watching on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on Facebook. Give us a like, give us a follow. Love to do that. Connect up to us to know when we've got the next sporting events coming up. Also on X, on Instagram as well.
Yeah, and if you're a business is in the market for some marketing assistance, contact that Lot Marketing Group. We'll see the commercial at halftime. See
yeah,
logo in the top right corner.
They've designed our website at oksportsnet.com, and they were very kind in their saying that, hey, I think you need a revamp of what we were using, which was just an online service, and they really catered it and made it to what we are. And so
Lady Tigers on the attack. She's breaking loose here possibly. Hell, Isaacson comes up huge again for the Lady Highlanders. Yeah, big supporters of not just Macarthur soccer, but soccer in general in the southwest Oklahoma area. Just absolutely huge and making it happen for the youth. A little too wide on the pass from Elena Burke. Looking for Nalia Cordes on the run.
Kind of a nice night before kind of graduations kind of start to set in place. Cameron University just finished theirs on Friday with their commencement, so you knew when they start, high schools will follow. Cash has already had their graduation.
They did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Last week already.
Macarthur, I know. So the LPS schools are next weekend. I know Macarthur's at 10 a.m. on Friday. I think Eisenhower is that afternoon.
That means Lawton High will be Thursday then.
Thursday or Saturday morning. I don't remember.
We used to have it staying away from that Memorial Day weekend where they do it Thursday, Friday, and have it finished.
I know our schedule is full of graduation parties over the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I understand. You being a senior parent, and it's a nice time. Congratulations to all their hard work. I know your son is going to go off and continue his education and play a little bit more.
Yeah, I got a few area soccer players that are going off to play at the next level. Brandon Balvin.
What about any of these girls? Do we know where some of them are heading?
So I know Avery Dowdy is going to be going to Northern Oklahoma College. J.C. Seaton, I don't know how to say it, Austin P. something like that, and I think it's out of North Carolina. It's a Division I school.
Oh, North Carolina. Okay.
I think that's where it is. Hold on. I'll ask the
I put you on the spot. I didn't ask you. You didn't have the notes in there. I just wondered if you knew
where
some of these girls.
Googles real quick.
Yeah. Google is just a
Clarksville,
request
Tennessee.
away. Okay.
I don't know. Austin P.
Oh, P. State University. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone may correct us on that. It's any name pronunciations. I'm always fearful. If there's no phonetics next to it, you're in trouble.
Yeah, y'all know what we mean. But Ella Isaacson is looking at Northern Oklahoma College also. So then Braden, of course, is going to Central Christian College in Kansas.
That's your son.
Got Micah Blue from the boys going to Oklahoma Wesleyan. I think Drew Jameson from the Eisenhower Eagles might be going somewhere.
Oh,
and there's a big shot.
Oh,
that is just deflected.
Man, that goalie is just, and hats off to her, just right where she needs to be. We'll see that on instant replay here. The setup and the shot.
Sophomore Easton DeHughes just coming in clutch for the Lady Tigers.
Two big ones.
But to continue on, we got, Brandon Balvans from Elgin. I know usually his dad is tuning in watching any soccer match we have going on here in Southwest Oklahoma area. But Brandon will be going to Bethel College up in Kansas.
Another shot. We're under a minute now. So just like that, the first half almost has had the sand go right through the glass.
Yeah, closing down the first half here. Lady Highlanders struggling to beat this monster of a goalkeeper, Easton DeHughes.
Yeah.
She has just been, I think, clutch, like I said earlier, clutch is the good word for it.
No.
For the Lady Tigers. And just on a corner kick, the Lady Tigers
Yeah, that's how they got their goal.
Took this 1-0 lead.
I think that will probably
roll out for
and
Lady Highlanders throw in. I believe Brindley Clark is going to take her time and let
time
that clock
expire.
tick away.
It is. So we are at the conclusion of the first half at halftime, where we'll get a little bit of a coach's speak, his players and his team, what to do, kind of make any kind of adjustments, and we'll take a brief timeout. Want to thank Lawton Marketing Group, big supporters of soccer in this area, and our highlighted title sponsor for this match, and they did the quarterfinals as well. So we're going to take a little timeout, and hopefully we'll come back to second half action after about the 10-minute or so after we get through, and we'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Landscaping and Irrigation has been providing top-rated professional landscape and irrigation services for the past 25 years. They take your vision for that perfect landscaping project for your home, new construction, or business and make it a reality with their easy financing options. You'll want to make sure to ask them about their seasonal services too. 4D Landscaping and Irrigation. Call 510-9983.
Are you ready for a debit card? Well, this card is more than you may realize. It's a reward-earning, style-affirming, money-managing, do-it-all debit card, like a key to the world. It's the Pay Me debit card from Communication Federal. Our Pay Me account pays you real cash that adds up fast, earning rewards when you use your card. So get a free Pay Me debit card today. It's secure shopping and payment power online or in stores. Sounds like you're ready. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Your job can get dirty. You need a solution. At Waste Solutions, we offer front-end loaders, roll-off containers, and dumpsters for any job, large or small. Our services are for everybody, from small businesses to contractors to construction companies and everyone in between. We are a locally owned company, and we've been serving our community for 21 years. We love Southwest Oklahoma, and we take care of our own. Every dirty problem has a solution. We're Waste Solutions. Click or call today.
Are you looking for more than just a job? Bar S Foods in Lawton offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Bar S, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Bar S Foods, making the best tasting hot dogs and smoked sausages, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
Goodbye, paperwork. Hello, convenience. Farewell, waiting. Hello, personal service. Catch you later, dreaming. Hello, planning. Buy your dream home, connect with a personal banker, and easily schedule an appointment with digital tools from Arvest Bank. Goodbye limits, hello possibilities.
Lady Macarthur Highlander Soccer live, and unfortunately down 1-0 at the half as Coweta with the lead. Want to thank Billy Palmer, of course, called all of our Eisenhower Soccer. He'll be doing that again, and he says, this is the official word, it's pronounced Austin P., and that's in Clarksville, Tennessee. So he was very aware, and hey, that's why I love everybody checking on us. We're okay. I mean, I'm fine with that.
Everyone helps out. This is a team
community
situation.
effort. That's right. So I'm going to let, normally at halves I always kind of put this in the announcer's head, and you knowing soccer, I'm going to do both sides because we may have some people that didn't make the long drive from Coweta that wants to see their Coweta Tigers, and they are really put forth an effort. And I'll tell you what, some of the stops, their goalie, it's just top-notch. But, okay, let's just start with Coweta first. Okay, so you're the coach of Coweta. What are you telling them at the half to finish this out to make the finals?
So I'm going to tell them we need to capitalize in the offensive third and put more numbers forward. We're on the attack often, but we only have three, four ladies on the attack. I want more numbers. Bring up your outside backs. Let them outside backs make the overlapping runs. Use the wide areas. Swing the ball in and finish in the middle. Defense playing stellar. Goalkeeper, absolutely amazing. She needs to come on to Macarthur next year. But no, for real though, their defensive side of the ball, absolutely amazing. Just failing to produce on the offensive side. So that's kind of what I, impress on them. Hey, we're getting the ball up there. We're getting the opportunities. Let's take advantage of the opportunities. They're coming, few and far between. We need to take advantage when we get them.
Okay, now on the flip side, if they're the Macarthur Lady Highlanders, down 1-0, air at the half, what are you telling them?
Transition between defense and offense. Our transition between defense and offense, look to the wide areas. Find your wingers on the run. Find your outside backs making the runs. Brindley Clark on the left side and Natalie Buchko on the right side. We need to pick them out coming up, making their runs forward as we're transitioning into the attack. Once again, swing, attack outside, swing that ball in. And then every once in a while, let Nalia Cordes just absolutely take over the match as a center midfielder, burn a few people, and take the long shots. I feel like we've tested this goalkeeper, but we haven't tested her from distance. Some of them knuckleballing shots or turning shots that can come from distance can give goalkeepers fits, especially at this age. They're not perfect. They're kids. So, make her keep working. Make that goalkeeper have to win the game for them.
Well, we are at the half. Macarthur Highlanders are 1 seed with 18-2, only 2 losses on the season. You said the 2 losses were, and you looked it up. Was it
Chickasha and
Moore?
Moore. Yeah. So Moore was a 2-1 loss in kicks from the mark. So extra time. Oh. So heck of a game against a 6A school. And then Chickasha was during a tournament, and it happened to be prom night.
Oh, wow.
All right. So all of our seniors were gone.
Oh, okay.
Makes
a little difference.
Some of the younger kids were gone.
I got you. Okay, so and then Coweta only 13-3. They are at 1 seed. They are unblemished at 7-0 in their district as well. So a great showdown. It's 1-0 Coweta. We've got about 5.5 minutes before we start second half action, and we'll be bringing it to you live right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Landmarks. They stand as symbols, reminding us of history and moments that shape our lives. We create our own landmarks. At Becker Raybon Funeral Home, we understand the importance of honoring these moments. Let our compassionate team help you celebrate the life and legacy of your loved one. Offering a range of services to honor the stories that matter most, we believe that every life leaves a mark that deserves to be cherished and remembered. Becker Raybon Funeral Home, honoring the landmarks of your life.
Memorial Medical Group's orthopedic specialists are the most experienced team in Southwest Oklahoma. Our orthopedic surgeons are trained to diagnose and treat shoulder, knee, hip, hand, and foot conditions, as well as orthopedic trauma, sports, or work-related injuries. And they're the only ones in the area to offer Mako robotic-assisted surgery for knee and hip replacement. When you need bone and joint help, trust MMG Orthopedics to get you back to living your best life.
Whether you're buying or selling, today's real estate market is proving trickier than ever.
We've been doing this for over 22 years.
So if a problem does arise, you can trust us to solve it.
Let us use our years of experience to guide you to buy or sell your home.
Trust the team that's gotten it done with over 12,000 deals done in the last 22 years.
Always call our Payment Berries team.
We're not bragging, we're just applying for a job.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Want to take the stress out of your next remodel or building project? Comanche Home Center can deliver all the lumber, supplies, and tools right to you. When you're done, they'll pick up anything you don't use and give you credit towards your next project. Give Comanche Home Center a call today for a free estimate.
Here at Carpet One, we have a great selection of carpet, hardwood, vinyl, tile, laminate, and area rugs. With all this, you're sure to find exactly what you want for your home. Come browse our exclusive selection or give Carpet One at Comanche Home Center a call today for a free estimate.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. So at Firehouse Subs, we don't just make subs. We make subs that are big, bold, and craveable. We make our subs differently because our subs make a difference. Whether you order online or on our app, Firehouse Subs Rapid Rescue to Go will have your subs boxed, bagged, and ready for pickup. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
Well, welcome back to the Macarthur High School soccer field. That's right, you heard right. For the first time this year, and we'll put 40 on the board for the second half with Coweta leading 1-0. Let's see what kind of adjustments Coach made as he addressed the team to say, okay, I don't think they don't need to be told this. They know. I mean, it's all on the line. It's here or go home. You know, it's winner advances to the state title.
Coach just got done giving them the last little bit of encouragement. Ladies came out looking confident, both teams, looking confident. Of course, Coweta with the lead, but still Lady Highlanders came out down 1-0, or down 0-1, still looking confident coming out of the locker room.
Well, and they got the mighty applause from those who came to support the Highlanders here on the east side of Lawton. We'll put 40 on the board for second half. Winner to advance to the state title game either Friday or Saturday. That's what the brackets on the OSSA website said.
Yeah, location to be determined also.
Yeah, that's going to be another thing.
It might be a thing where both coaches get together and say, okay, this works best for us, and kind of talk it with OSSAA. Apparently, Bill and Clark making some moves here on the sideline. So in case you're wondering, that ball was not out of bounds yet. That entire ball has to cross over that entire line.
Okay.
Before it can be considered out of bounds or out of touch. Before I get corrected by the soccer folks.
Well, that's why I have you in the box here. You're going to know all the ins and outs and the rules of the game.
Looks like we got Avery Dowdy in to start the second half. A little switch up here on defense. We're putting, I don't know if Avery's playing as an outside back or, yeah, it looks like she's playing as a left back instead of a holding midfielder or a center back where we've been accustomed to seeing her. Big step up on that play. She's working her magic down the field. Barley Hasty finds Nalia Cortez. Nalia's going to look over Elena Burke, ready to make a run.
Oh, nice. Oh, Cortez, she's got such great speed and footwork. I mean, she's fast down there.
Oh. Nalia makes her move down the sideline, tries to get the ball back in after it gets punched back away. Just sometimes those crosses get away from you and they go up behind the goal. No big deal. We're getting opportunities early here in the second half. We're on the front foot.
Of course, we switched ends of the field here at the half, and I was commenting about in the first half, it looked like Coweta was really keeping it on the Macarthur side, but then after about 4 minutes, it would just stay back and forth, like what we've seen in the start of the second half.
Great work by Aspen Edwards to gather that ball in, looking for Brindley Clark up the sideline.
Great crowd that have come to support the Highlanders, and we say this very historic night with the first time in school history to make the semifinals here, and they're hosting. A lot of times in other sports, you don't host in a semifinal. That's usually on some neutral site, so great advantage. They didn't have to take the long bus ride there. Had their hometown crowd in front of them.
Yeah, playing on this new field at the new stadium with, like we were talking about earlier, the logo in the middle of the field.
There's the shot.
The logo.
There's the shot.
It is off of somebody. But it's a Lady Highlanders goal. It's either Elena Burke or a deflection.
Well, we're going to see this
defender.
on instant replay, but we have a tie ball game right here. The setup, and Cordes just makes the sail right in the middle, and they're a cluster of black jerseys, and there's the goal. There is the goal.
Yeah, Nalia Cordes really made that happen out on the wing. That ball swinging in. The sophomore just coming up huge for the Lady Highlanders. We're at a 1-1 knot up. This is, while Friday night was 0-0, this has a feel of Friday night.
Yeah.
Where it's just a close match, anybody's ball game.
Well, they got the crowd. They got the crowd into it, and you could see the setup. Whether we talk about the shots on goal and what they had to do, and that goalie, was in that first. That goalkeeper, that first half was just for Coweta exceptional, and we snuck one through, and now a whistle. We're all tied up at 1, and if you could understand our excitement, and I know that those who are joining us from the Coweta side of things, this is a Macarthur broadcast, and we're going to say good job when there is, but, this is a broadcast for the Macarthur Lady Highlanders.
Yeah, this is just a heck of a game both ways, This is one of those matches, like I just said, it could go either way. The excitement is absolutely crazy here in the stands.
We got the feeling. We got the fever. And we're all tied up, so you might as well say it's just 0-0, capitalizing on who can. It's kind of in the same juncture. Coweta made that score right around the same time frame in the first half, and Macarthur has done that to start in the second half.
Whatever coach told him worked. They came out hot. Brindley Clark again on the ball. Plays that ball off the Coweta Lady Tiger. Goes out for a Lady Highlander throw.
Well, and we talk about momentum. We also talk about the fans in the stands and how they really reacted. And, you talk to these athletes, and they feed off that energy,
Yeah, and not only that, but
you're at home.
They're feeding off of, being disrespected all year as far as in different people's ratings and stuff like that. The 8th best team in 5A, the 5th best team in 5A, and they kind of consider that disrespectful. People are counting them out before they even stepped on the field tonight,
Oh, here comes another one.
Big shot by Malia Cordes with 3
you could
runners.
Sense it. Boy, that was really nice. It was nice, little high. See this here on replay, the shot right there. And unfortunately right into the goalkeeper's hands. But just keep it up. Keep it up.
But yeah, like I said, though, they've been kind of counted out.
Yeah.
And that, not only making school history being pressured,
but they really
being counted out is kind of a fire.
Yeah. And this is what they had. We mentioned that this didn't happen overnight. You can catch us on their Facebook page, and we had that up earlier, that where this work began and all those doubters and naysayers, and that was kind of talked about, Yeah. They understood. But they didn't let that define who they were.
Nope.
And you can see
it's a big
their efforts, all the hard
from
work.
Avery Dowdy. Emma Hart fighting out there on the wing.
Oh, she goes down too. As we talk about the physicality of this sport, and
it's
maybe minimized by the casual observer, but
it is not a non-contact sport.
Don't ever label it as such. Yeah.
If you're a parent out there wanting to put your child in a non-contact sport, try golf, not soccer.
Yeah, it's not soccer. Bowling, maybe. Yeah. So we're an excited bunch here. I want to thank Lawton Marketing Group, their title sponsorship for this match in the playoffs, and hopefully we'll be able to do it again with maybe a run at the state championship game if things go the Macarthur Lady Highlanders' way.
We got a corner kick here for the Lady Tigers. We've seen how dangerous they can be on a corner kick.
Up on the top right of your screen.
Ball comes in, tipped up over, off the crossbar. Goal kick, Lady Highlanders. Quick shout out to Samuel Frederick on the camera tonight for you.
Yeah, doing a fine job.
First time on the camera for us, and I think he's doing all right.
It's you got to follow the action, and I've always said the stars of OSN, outside of the players on the field and the participants, is our camera operators, because if they're not there, we don't see it, and you don't want to hear just us talk about it. You want to see those shots, you want to see those goals, and so our camera operators are always put on the top end of our broadcast of who is the most important. Because I said, listen, if they don't get it, we don't see it. We don't see it, it didn't happen. So appreciate that.
Just got sent a picture from Coach Chris out in Elgin, sitting there at his campsite out at the lake.
Watching soccer. Like it. That's why we can connect everywhere, worldwide, of course, not on our website, but we're very app-driven, and you can download us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV in your home TVs, but watch on the go on Apple and Android devices. I think it's so much easier than saying go to a website, because go to a website gets confusing, and where do I go? And you say just download the app. Download the app, and you'll have all of our broadcasts, especially when it comes to baseball coming up on Thursday. We'll have 2 of them going on at the same time. You can kind of clip in back and forth just by watching off the app.
Yep, Coach Chris sent me that picture. They got an iPad on the picnic table, propped up by, looked like a Sonic cup maybe.
Yeah,
just
there you go.
Rocking it out.
Shameless plug there.
With a all caps, let's go, Mac.
All right. Well, it is 1-1 now, tied up. We've got about 10 minutes that is eclipsed off the clock. And I don't know. We've seen our share of overtimes. We've seen our share of things happen. Of course, we'd like to see a win in regulation. That'd be really fine.
Looks like we got a free kick for the Lady Highlanders here. About 34 yards or 20.
What's the best way to set this one up? What do you think?
About 34 yards from goal. Looks like they're going to try to drop it in behind the defense. Oh, no, it's a shot.
No.
Elena Burke, I think it was on the shot. Yeah, number 14, Elena Burke on the shot. Maybe a better idea there would have been to, try and lob one in behind the defense, but I'm up here staring at the field from a distance and looking at the whole thing. It's easy for us to say that from up here. The ladies out there on the field are doing the absolute best they can. So taking
you take those. Well, earlier that's what you say you wanted to have those long shots. You thought because the goalie was taking some of those shorter ones.
Great job by Lily Smith. Oh, Lady Tigers able to poke that one in behind, but we got some hustle factor going on here with the Lady Highlanders defense.
Oh, nice. Got her past her, too. Tangled up on there and got Lily the Macarthur Highlander applause there.
Lily gets that ball out off of a Lady Tiger for a Lady Highlanders throw. Macarthur fans are excited about this.
Kind of see that right there is how she got that. Some good hustle.
Brinley Clark on the throw. Oh, tried to get it just up over that head, looking for Emma Hart. But once again, Lady Tigers forced to clear the ball out of touch for a Lady Highlanders throw. Nalia Cordes is going to take this one. It's nice having your midfielder take that throw because then you have that option of your right back, Brinley Clark, just kind of standing here and you can slow play down and play her. Nalia Cordes just all over the place tonight.
Yeah,
looks like she took a shoulder to the back of the noggin there. A little slow to get up. Hopefully things aren't spinning for her. Obviously not. Looking for that good play in there.
Now we were talking about Cordes. She's an underclassman, right?
Nalia Cordes is a sophomore.
Yeah, so that's great. So, I mean, she's coming back. And you talked about the freshmen earlier because they're going to really have to take that up a notch because if you've got nine starters that are seniors that are graduating.
So not all the seniors are starters that are graduating. But, I mean, we also talked about the depth, too.
Right.
Being able to just come on out. You got Emma Hart is still going to be coming back as a forward. You got Elena Burke that's going to be coming back as one of the captains this year in her junior year. Nalia Cordes gets blown up down there. Not
see that. I know the fans
not taken
were,
well by the Highlander faithful.
Yeah, fans were wanting something else, and so it's of course, as we say, with a 1-1 semifinal matchup, you're going to get all the tension and all the nervousness of what this match is. Here's the throw in. So similar. So when you get it past those defenders and it's right there, you have a moment or two to make. Can you get that shot in?
Lennon Coatney makes puts in some good work there.
Nice move.
Ball up. Nalia Cordes makes a move around. Just hits that. It's so hard. Like people do not understand how hard it is when that ball is rolling away from you to actually get a good hit on the ball, a good accurate hit on the ball.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think I'm feeling what the fans are. What you want to take place, and then when it doesn't, here's the shot, here's the setup, and then the ball gets away from you, and so you go, oh. It's kind of like an overthrown pass and a quarterback that just right outstretched fingers. You kind of wanted it to happen, and it really didn't come together.
Lady Tigers trying to mount the attack here. Once again, though, I don't see numbers forward for them. They got three 3 forwards coming, you know. This is better. They got 5 on the attack with 1 trailing. Lady Highlanders turned around the attack. 1 running ahead, 3 running with the play. Ball comes through. Nalia Cordes just can't quite get to that one. Might have been a little hot coming through there.
Sun is starting to make its set on the west end of the horizon, so we're getting some shadows and just a little bit of sun up on the top. Of course, getting closer to real summer now. Like at 8:30, you're still kind of dusk. 8:45, still a remnant of light, you know. So we're going to probably finish before it really gets too dark.
Highlander defense trying to work their way out of this. Without just sending a big clearance, just looking to work their way out. Brindley Clark got a wind of that ball. She does. Doesn't quite hold on to it, though. Nalia Cordes again just fighting for that one. They're going to let that ball just roll on out. Unfortunately, it rolls out the sideline there for a throw-in. Does not go out for a goal kick. You get those throw-ins down there deep in your own territory in your defensive third. It gets a little rough.
And the Let's Go Mac chant from the hometown bleachers, trying to get some momentum going here after they tied the ball game or the match up in the beginning portions of this second half.
Nalia Cordes with a great lead out there for Avery Dowdy moving forward. Tries to find Nalia back across. And that's where I was talking about, finding those wide areas to take advantage of. The Lady Tigers are not giving up anything through the middle. Yeah, they're not giving up much through the middle here. You got to take advantage of wide areas. Play wide, come inside out. Or outside in. Ball comes off of, I think, Lily Smith or Aspen Edwards. I didn't see who hit it last. Goes out for Lady Tigers corner kick. Well defended by the Lady Highlanders. Barley Hasty's going to come out and fight for this one.
I would say Cordes back.
She's
Cordes everywhere.
Just outworking.
Yeah. And the fans let her know, too. They appreciate her hustle. I mean, you say she's on one end of the on the field, and you come look back, she's over here on this end of the field.
Yeah, she's wherever she needs to be to make a play.
And she's doing that. She set up that one for the goal, if you want to give her the assist of making that setup there.
I don't know if that went off of a teammate or off of a defender. If that went off a defender, she actually gets credit for that goal.
Okay. It was kind of unclear for us, even with the replay, because there were so many bodies in there.
Yeah, it was either Nalia coming off a defender or Elena Burke off that cross. Ball scores through a little far. This goalkeeper is 100% up to task, so soccer smart. She's playing such a solid game.
Yeah, and, it doesn't surprise me that this game is the way the records are, the way the score is right now. It's just who's going to make the play.
Yeah, and what do you expect out of a state semifinal match?
No, this is it's very evenly
coming out
contest.
here. I think coming out here and seeing either direction a big blowout would be a disappointment.
Yeah. And the whistle.
Got a foul call back there. Aspen Edwards gets knocked down a little bit there.
And we are now at the halfway mark of the second half. So
Lillian Smith going to take this free kick. She's got room across the field for Avery Dowdy to make a run. To switch fields there. Lady Highlander's going to make a substitution. Deanne Tate going to come in for Barley Hasty, and Deanne's going to move up front. Elena Burke is going to move into the midfield.
pretty soon they'll probably turn on the LED lights because we got everything in the field is mainly all in the shadow of, the sunset. Of course, camera's got the really good lighting on it, but it is a little bit starting to get a little bit more dark on the field.
Billy Palmer confirms for us with the ability for as many replays as he wants to play that it was an own goal. So, we can credit Nalia Cordes with that
Okay.
goal
Okay.
for sending that ball across and putting it in such a dangerous area.
Thank you. That's why I say it takes a team effort.
Hey, it's a whole team effort.
That's right. There's the LED lights come on.
I do the same thing for Billy sometimes on the Eisenhower broadcast. I go back and screen record, watch, zoom in. That ball is up over. It's dangerous for Emma Hart.
Oh. Just to stop and try to fight for it and make that shot.
Cleared out over the goal line for a Lady Highlanders corner kick. Elena Burke's going to trot over there, stand over that ball, and look to put it in a dangerous position for the Lady Highlanders to score. Let's go.
All tied up at one apiece. Thank our title sponsor, Lawton Marketing Group, bringing you this presentation of semifinals in the OSSAA.
It's a beautiful service in. Comes off of the goalkeeper, then off Nalia. Shot comes back in by Aspen Edwards, just high.
That shot was thought. And
That's exactly
I'll show
what
this
you want
on
out of
replay
your,
here, but
exactly what you want out of your holding midfielder, occupying that space so that when the ball squirts out, it comes right back in. Goalkeeper really had no chance to react to it. If it had been on frame, it was a goal. So absolutely perfect job by Aspen Edwards. Lena Burke looking to turn this one around. Has Nalia Cordes for support if she can get her foot back on that ball. Rinley Clark steps in, takes that one, puts the Highlanders on the attack. And Deanne Tate, she has some speed. Couldn't quite win to that one. Aspen has support here with Brindley on the outside. Brindley has Nalia in the middle. Look to get it to her. Elena Burke got her foot in there and made that play. Looked like she just ran into a bigger gal. Couldn't physically move her.
Oh, nice kick. Get that down there.
Nalia having trouble of some sort there. I don't know if it's equipment or injury, but ball comes across. Deanne Tate tries to make a turn. Looks to drop it back to Elena Burke. It doesn't quite get there. Number 7 here for the Lady Tigers, Kaylee Winkle, the senior. Playing a pretty darn good game. Basically in the same role as a holding midfielder, it looked like, as Aspen Edwards is, the senior on the Lady Highlanders side. Oh, Isaacson scoops that one up. Can take away the danger with a nice 60-yard boot.
Off the head of a Lady Tiger and into the hands. So
Deanne Tate on the ball. Makes a pretty turn there.
Edwards with another head beat down. Nice pass down.
No, Emma Hart just offside as the ball was played out there.
And, of course, the hometown fans aren't happy with that call.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't be.
Highlander Faithful doesn't like it, but it is what it is. The referee made the call. We moving on. The ladies moved on. Lady Tigers quickly.
There's a shot. Oh.
Like to see Nalia settle this one a little bit. And that finds Emma Hart. coming forward. Emma was once again in an offside position as the ball was played in.
See this on replay here again. Here's a nice footwork move around her opponent. And then, right there.
Just a half step offside there. Emma Hart has been such a workhorse down inside that danger area, I like to call it, inside the 6-yard box, 18-yard box. Lady Highlanders look tired right now. Need to find some kind of spark. 14 and a half minutes left in regulation. They need that spark. A little bit of motivation.
Heard Andrew is going to Ohio, I think, is what one of our Facebook faithful put. We were talking about who was going where.
Well, I know where he's going. I haven't been given word to go ahead and put it out there.
Okay, I got you. We won't break that news.
So I don't know if it's been put out there like that yet or not, and I know he is looking to go play at the next level.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll leave it at that.
But there again, I'm just comparing again, there's a lot more opportunities this second half that Macarthur has kept the pressure on this side of the field.
Yeah, Lady Highlanders 100% keeping the pressure up here. Big hit there from the Lady Tigers on Avery Dowdy.
Miss Isaacson going to
Highland Faithful wanted a foul call there. Not really a foul. I mean, depends on the referee's determination there.
And they got the numbers, too. I mean, they're really
real quick give and go there. Elena Burke gets it into the middle, looking for Emma Hart, and she just has it come off her left foot the wrong way. Elena Coteney's trying to hold it in. Aspen Edwards helps get it back up. The dangerous sophomore, Nalia Cortez, back on the ball. You know they're going to play her physical. Ball comes into the middle, off Barley Hasty's head, off Elena Burke. Goes right over.
I mean, so many times we say it's so close. I mean, it's like right there, and you can see this here on Cortez's kick right there and back inside and bouncing around a couple of times.
Giving no quarter to Nalia Cortez. Now they saw what she can do with her feet. Every time she touches the ball, she gets a body.
And a little let's go, Mac.
Highlander Faithful trying to give them some motivation. We'll see if it can work here for the ladies. Oh.
You can kind of sense it, I mean, especially in a 1-1 game. At any moment could be that score.
Yeah, 12 minutes left in regulation time.
Oh, nice footwork here.
Brinley Clark
nice
going to come over and follow that ball handler across the pitch. Boy, this young lady
take it
is
the whole
just
way.
Moving.
Wow.
And
she just falls from an exhaustion. I would too. I mean, that's like
she made an 80-yard run with the ball at her feet.
Yeah. And she's going to get a little help there. But, yeah, that's going to be like a wide receiver going 80 yards. And
I would have collapsed about 79 yards ago. See some of the Lady Highlanders forwards getting a chance to come over and catch a squig from the Gatorade bottle. Lady Tigers corner kick. Lady Highlanders looking to mark up and defend this well. Ball comes across, just a little hot. On out for Lady Highlanders throw in. Lady Highlanders get a chance to work this ball out of their defensive third.
Either, and I don't know how often, but either team has not called a timeout at all.
We don't get timeouts.
Oh, you
soccer.
don't? Okay,
No.
only during the.
You don't get timeouts in soccer. You get your halftime.
Yes.
You get if you need to talk to a player, you sub that player off.
Okay. Back on this end of the field again.
The ball comes in, looking for Emma Hart. Goalkeeper reaches out, just lays out for that one too.
We've seen it time and time again. Here again, that goalkeeper, boy, she sacrifices her body to collapse that, corral that back in.
Moving to her left, diving to the right. Great play by the Lady Tigers goalkeeper. Brinley Clark tries to make a hustle play there.
Yeah.
Couple seniors on the bench injured. Mason Cortez and J.C. Seaton. Just great to see them continue to come out and support the team. You know, Layla Phillips has been coming out and supporting the team also.
Nice save by Isaacson.
Ella Isaacson with a big save.
It's great. Nice save there.
Malia and Brinley working together here. Barley Hasty putting that ball in for Elena Burke. Right back to Barley Hasty. Back out to Elena Burke. Good ball movement, young ladies. Ball comes in. Off a Lady Tiger. Out for a Lady Highlander corner kick.
Corner kick. Now here's the strategy here of getting her all the bodies in placement of who's going to pinball this in.
Elena Burke has had some fantastic services from the corners. Let's see if she can get one more clutch one in here. A little long, goes straight to Emma Hart. Just missed hit. Aspen Edwards comes up, puts a hit on it. Trying again. Lady Highlanders pushing numbers forward.
The time that's needed. There's your sub coming in.
Yep, Avery Dowdy steps out, makes way for Natalie Buchko, and couldn't tell who else came on or off. All right, we got a handling call against the Lady Tigers. Dangerous position here for the Lady Highlanders. Malia Corder is going to stand over this one. So we saw it in the boys' match last week, right?
Yeah.
And one of my sayings over the last few years, big-time players making big-time plays, right? Malia Corder is a big-time player. And I'd love to see a big-time player right here.
Just don't overthink it, Just kind of do what you do.
Keeps that ball low. Tries to beat the jumping wall. Ball comes out on the counterattack for the Lady Tigers. Foul here would not be a terrible thing just to stop. But great job by Brinley Clark. She doesn't foul. She decides to defend. I can respect that. Leah working against 2 and 3 every time. Always with a body touching her, arm touching her.
Still all tied up. As you can see, the clock running at 5:40 here in the second half.
Ball goes out for Lady Highlander's throw. Highlander faithful are excited about that one. Hopefully you can hear him in the background here.
Yeah, good crowd come out tonight to support the Lady Highlanders.
Out for a Lady Tigers throw. Lady Tigers trying to mount some attack here. Starting to push more numbers forward like I talked about during the halftime break. I knew a one-goal game wasn't going to be enough. You know, having that 1-0 lead at the half wasn't going to be enough for the Lady Tigers. A foul call over there on the left side.
Well, we saw this with the boys' game last week of sending it into extra.
Yeah, and
we're
extra
at
time.
4.5 minutes right now, and and as you say, you get tired.
Got a dangerous free kick.
Yeah,
this ball's going to be played in. Low service from the Lady Tigers. Ball is cleared by the Lady Highlanders. Emma Hart up here has Deanne Tate in front of her. Has Nalia Cordes somehow finding energy to make the run on the other side of the field. I don't know where she gets it from.
Wow, look at her feet. Oh, look at that pass.
Working, she has beat two. Ball goes in. Emma Hart takes a big knock from the center back as she tries to shoot that ball.
Just so close as these.
Emma Hart, Nalia Cordes. Some of these ladies have just taken an absolute beating tonight.
These shots on goal have been impressive. Just cannot, and we can't over.
And Aspen Edwards taking quite a few. Spitting the turf pellets out of her mouth, saying, "Let's go."
They need that hometown, a little bit of crowd momentum to kind of get their energy back up here.
And when your senior holding midfielder gets up like that, spitting the turf out of her mouth, shaking it off of her hand, you can see her attitude in that. It's contagious for the rest of the team,
Yeah. So we're now to the 3-minute mark, all tied up at 1 in the semifinals of the OSSAA Class 5A, advancing to the state championship with a win tonight. Face on the other side. Now, who are the other two on the other side on the bracket?
That would be Claremore and Bishop Kelly.
Okay, and Bishop Kelly took out Bishop McGinnis, who is a storied program.
Yeah, a big 7-0 win for Bishop Kelly in the quarterfinals. I wish I knew how to see if they were streaming that one or not.
Whether we get the...
a lot of schools will stream it on their huddle. Good work by the Lady Highlanders defense getting back behind the ball.
Okay, I do have an update. Bishop Kelly leads Claremore 5-0, and that was at the half.
5-0. That is wow.
That was at the half. Yes. So looks like winner of this one will be taking on Bishop Kelly, more likely.
Yeah, I mean, amazing things happen sometimes, though.
Got to get past
Berg
this
one. Finds Amelia Cordes on the far side. She puts that ball in.
Oh, nice save by the keeper.
You can see on your screen we have Deanne Tate and Emma Hart crashing every time that long shot is taken. That goalkeeper bobbles that ball onto the ground at all, and it's getting planted in the back of the net by one of those two young ladies.
Well, now we're only a minute away to end regulation.
Yep, 1 minute left in regulation time. Lady Tigers are looking to mount a quick attack here. Not let this go into extra time.
Oh, tangled. Oh, and a push. Wow.
Get a little feistiness.
Yeah. And Macarthur faithful let everybody know their dissatisfaction. And I understand, emotions are running high. And you're a semifinals. Advance to the state championship game. And here is the kick.
Oh, that's missed by Elena Kotany. Great backup, though, by Layla Mosby. Once again, Layla Mosby coming up big on the defensive end of the field. Ball comes out to the corner. The Lady Tiger winger is going to look to make something happen over there. Ball comes straight through. goes out
That's
for the
gonna be
Lady
it.
Highlanders goal kick.
Well,
That's
just
gonna be
if you
end of
didn't
regulation.
think we're having enough fun, we're going to extend it.
I don't know if I'm bad luck or what, but this is 2 times in a row. Oklahoma Sports Network, Rich Frederick, Eric Sherem on the call. We get bonus soccer tonight.
All right, bonus soccer, and we'll come back with that next right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Clothes nowadays are so expensive. And no matter how good a sale is, you still walk out spending hundreds on barely anything. Goodwill is the place to go. We have a wide variety of affordable clothing for all ages. To help you save, we have weekly specials from half off to 99-cent items. Make sure to check out our colors of the week before you start shopping to get more for less. Save at your local Goodwill today.
When it comes to your health, you want and deserve the best. You want a hospital with the highest quality scores in the region and one that provides safe, excellent care. Southwestern Medical Center has been a part of this community for 115 years and has a history of delivering compassionate, skilled healthcare to Lawton and Fort Sill. Choose the hospital that has always put the health of this community first. Southwestern Medical Center. Be well. Live well. That's why we're here.
Get ready. It's time for the Billingsley Annual Gigantic Ford Sell-Off with the best prices of the year on all remaining 2024 models. 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and giant savings up to $10,000 on the 2024 new F-150 Platinum truck that out-tows, out-hauls any other truck in its class. Only at the Billingsley's Gigantic Sell-Off. Save thousands on all remaining new 2024 trucks in stock. Only at Billingsley Ford and Lawton, Duncan, and Altus.
Southwest Foot and Ankle Clinic has specialized in the medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle for the past 40 years. And they provide all treatments under one roof. From x-rays, radial pulse therapy treatment, to surgical treatments, all with one goal in mind, providing the highest quality medical care with good old-fashioned Oklahoma compassion. Call to set up an appointment today. Southwest Foot and Ankle. 580-357-8720.
The heart of Oklahoma, where your home isn't just a place, it's your peace. At Century Roofing, we understand the importance of protecting your peace. We're experts in roofing technology, techniques, and customer service because we care about Oklahoma and we care about you. At Century Roofing, we combine quality craftsmanship and exceptional service because your home deserves the best. Century Roofing, staying on guard for Oklahoma.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
Well, I hope you're enjoying your evening as much as we are. We are now into the first overtime. We'll put 10 minutes on the clock, and it is a 1-1 tie after regulation. Let's see what the Highlanders can do with these 10 minutes to put on the clock here. And
yeah, we had the Lady Tigers come out hot in the first half, capitalizing quick off of a corner kick, a set play. And then the Lady Highlanders coming out hot in the second half.
Yeah.
And that was early also in the second half to knot it up at 1. And it's just been back and forth since then.
Yeah, it's a very tight contest, very enjoyable to watch. You understand, the two teams, what's out in front of them. It's a 1-1 after regulation. Coweta's had only had 3 losses on the season. Macarthur's only had 2 losses in the season. They're both 1 seeds, both undefeated in their district. And that sets up for this match. And so you can kind of see how it's been played out. And so now we'll see what extra extended time goes in this first overtime.
Yeah. So the way this works is we have 2 10-minute periods of extra time. If at any point someone scores a goal in that, that's the winner.
Okay. So it
golden
is a sudden
goal
death. Okay.
Or sudden death, however you want to look at it.
Right.
So this is not the time to
lay back.
Lay back.
So they do put 10 on the board. I want to thank Lawton Marketing Group being our title sponsor for this playoff match. OSSAA semifinal soccer in Class 5A. Winner will advance to the state championship. And as we mentioned, as I last looked, it was
last we saw was 5-0.
5-0 was
Bishop
the last.
Kelly over Claremore.
Yeah, and it says that I think there's about 4 minutes left to go in the second half in that matchup, the last update that we got.
According to Coach Nate on the Lady Highlanders sideline here, head coach for the Lady Highlanders, the Final Four, that's what you want to call it, the Final Four here for the Ladies 5A OSSAA playoffs is the most exciting Final Four you could have gotten. So,
well, you got...
We see it. We get bonus soccer here at Highlander Stadium.
Yep, here at Macarthur's debut.
That ball comes in. Emma Hart is on the break. 1 versus 2. Trying to make it work. Elena Kotani trying to work it. Nalia Cortez. Look at her work.
Crowd was sensing it. They were wanting it. They were wanting to have that goal and a celebration to boot.
Yeah, Emma Hart, not afraid to bang in there in the box. Absolute monster. She's been so aggressive this entire season, making things happen for the ladies. I was ready to jump up and down on that one. Leah Cordes on the ball again. Young sophomore out here making a name for herself and history for her program. That ball goes in. It's the top right corner, and it's saved by the goalkeeper.
That's the way it's been. We'll see that here on the
Leah
replay.
Cordes is looking for the 30-yard banger.
You'll see that shot one more time as that whistle stops right here. There's the shot. Chip shot for that corner, but goalkeeper was right on where she needed to be for the save.
Foul against the Lady Highlanders out here. I think it's going to be around the 40-yard line. So we don't truly use the yard lines in soccer. I use them as a reference to kind of help us on the screen there. We're about a 45-yard line, makes 55 yards from goal. Looking to float that one in. Aspen Edwards up to the task once again for the Lady Highlanders. But that ball goes out to the winger. Squirts across, goes out for a Lady Highlanders goal kick.
I'll tell you what, the relief as it went by, and Miss Isaacson, and she boots that down.
Yeah. A gasp almost in unison from the entire stands on that one.
Just as much as they're anticipating a shot, just like when it's down on this end.
Emma Hart coming in strong again, looking for that ball played in from Nalia Cordes. Good volley by Nalia Cordes, looking for Elena Burke. Deanne Tate decides not to turn, but to play the way she's facing. Good job. Elena Kotani tries to make a play on that one. Good backup by Natalie Buchko. Leah Cordes on the ball, always dangerous. looking to get it under her right foot and turn it in. Couldn't quite get a
good shot the way she wanted on it.
Yeah, she wanted to get her foot around that ball just a little bit more and put a little more spin on it. I mean, you're not going to beat this goalkeeper with a straight shot from distance. You're going to have to put some turn on it or knuckle it to where she gets a little confused. Brindley Clark looking for the 1-2 from the Leah Cordes. They try it out. Just doesn't go quite right. Emma Hart coming in big again. Making the Lady Tigers, forcing the Lady Tigers to clear that one out the touchline. Lady Tigers trying to get an attack going there. Brindley Clark teams up with Layla Mosby to stop or at least slow down that attack. Comes back and makes a stop. Ball goes out for a Lady Tigers throw in.
Coweta Tiger down on that exchange right
Lady
there.
Tiger.
Yeah.
Could have caught a body part as they were coming by, a hip or an elbow or something. Brindley Clark came in from the side there.
Going to stop the clock here momentarily to make her aid there. And the sportsmanship clap of she's up on her own accord.
Good to see the young lady get up and stay in the match. Good flick over there by Elena Burke. Brindley Clark and Aaliyah Cordes, a little miscommunication there. Highlanders' communication starting to kind of they're not communicating near as well as they had been. Brindley Clark looks to the far side. Emma Hart, how did she get over there? But she's over there.
Flag, whistle.
Yeah, we got a foul against Emma Hart over there. Highlander faithful not happy, but it definitely a foul. They decide to just cheer, let's go, Mac. And that's what they need. These ladies need some motivation. They're tired. You can see it on their face. You can see it in their feet.
Yeah, I mean, it's
hard. I mean, right
two
now you're looking
40-minute halves, and now we're at
86 and a half
3:45.
minutes of soccer so far.
Yeah, it's a lot of running up and down that field.
And as Eric alluded to earlier, there isn't a timeout. They don't get to just call timeout and take a break.
Only time we saw a little stoppage of play, just that small injury.
Yeah.
Or if you kick it way out and it just kind of gets a little bit
Gets your
of time
breath a little bit.
Yeah, that's your timeouts.
Sometimes on the attack, like when the Highlanders are attacking, the defenders will get a chance to rotate over here and catch a squig out the Gatorade bottle. Handed to him by a teammate or coach. That ball's out on the far side for a Lady Highlander throw in. Highlander fans showing some love. Deanne Tate giving way to Barley Hasty here. Not sure how this affects where everyone's at. Usually Elena Kotani will come up front as a forward when Barley comes back in. Elena Kotani plays that one in. Looking for Elena Burke. Elena Burke on the hit. That is saved by a Lady Tiger defender. Tries to get it back over again. Goes off a Lady Tiger defender. Out for a corner kick. Woo, boy, had my heart pumping there.
Yeah, and the Highlander faithful up on their feet again to try to encourage this corner kick to make it happen. make it so. Let the history continue.
Big service in from Elena Burke. That one just past the feet of both Emma Hart and looks like Natalie Buchko. Right past the feet. Those are so hard to judge coming in sometimes, too. Quickly played out in front of goal kick, though, by the Lady Tigers. Trying to catch the Lady Highlanders off guard. That's hard to do with Layla Mosby. Layla Mosby plays it off the Lady Tiger, turns the ball back around to the Lady Highlanders.
Down 141 now in the first overtime.
Lily Smith carries the ball forward. Sees some green grass in front of her. Hard tackle there from behind for the Lady Tigers.
And some of the Highlander faithful fans letting their displeasure on either a no call in their minds. And she gets up, and that's how he goes. Rub it off, and we're down less than about a minute. We may not even get to see anything else except for the second overtime with this kick here. Get it down there in position.
Service comes in. Well defended by the Lady Tigers. Barley Hasty onto it. On the play. Ball is out for a Lady Tigers throw in. Throw in comes up over. Lillian Smith plays it well. Does her patented 180 turn clearance. The no-look clearance that she does, I don't know how she gets her hips around the ball like that. Big hustle play here. Not quite enough, though. Ball goes out for a Lady Tigers goal kick. We got to be turning around and paying attention, though. We got our backs to the ball instead of paying attention to what's going on. These Lady Tigers have been playing quick, trying to catch the Lady Highlanders off guard.
Final seconds, and that is going to end
the end of the first period of extra time. They're going to take a couple minutes, switch sides of the field, go opposite directions. Right back at it from Highlander Stadium. Rich Frederick, Eric Sharon with the Oklahoma Sports Network. We're going to take a quick timeout with you.
Yeah, we're going to take a break, but I said maybe this is the side, that's where we got the goal on. Let's get it on this side so we can make something happen there. So
try our luck.
We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Is your heating unit prepared for an unpredictable winter? At Miller & Noble, we'll make sure you're in good hands. Whether you're replacing an old system or just need a simple repair, we've got the experience and the tools to keep you covered. If you can't pay all at once, we have flexible financing options available.
Stay cozy this winter with Miller & Noble Heating and Air, serving Lawton, Duncan, and surrounding areas. Call now at 580-355-1811.
Lawton Fort Sill Regional Airport, just 1 mile to anywhere. Offering non-stop service to Dallas-Fort Worth. Fast, friendly, and convenient without all the hassles. Easy parking, and with close proximity to your arrivals and departures, all in their newly renovated terminal. Here to there in just 1 mile. To book your mile to anywhere destination from LAW, log on to AA.com. Or call 800-433-7300.
Lawton Community Health Center is a place for babies, kids like me, and even teenagers. Nice people are there to help you when you're hurt or you just don't feel good. And even if you do, they give you medicine so you don't get sick and physicals so you can play sports. I'm happy to know they'll be there when I need them. And my mom is too.
LCHC, your hometown healthcare.
All right, welcome back here to Macarthur Soccer and the semifinals into the second overtime coming up, all tied up at 1 apiece. Rich Frederick and myself, Eric Sherham, bringing you this contest. The OSSAA 5A semifinals. Winner will advance, more than likely to take on Bishop Kelly, who had a 5-0 lead with 4 minutes left to go in the second.
And it's against Claremore on the other side of the state there.
They're all eyes on if that game finishes. They'll be watching this contest as well.
Nick Cordes on the work, putting the fancy footwork on. This is kind of how that first half or second half started, with Malia making that run up the right side.
Thank you for tuning in, and those who are watching on Facebook, give us a follow there, and then on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Lady Highlanders patient in possession here. I think that's probably what Coach told them. Be patient in possession. Get your time. Get your opportunities. Elena Burke turns on that one, gets it towards goal. Scooped up by the Lady Tigers goalkeeper. Once again, Easton to Hughes. Absolutely amazing match tonight by her.
Yeah, she's really controlled what she needed to. Of course, she let one slip by, but same thing with Miss Isaacson, and she boots that one away.
Ella Isaacson comes out big on that one, getting it cleared away.
I know this crowd wants to explode in excitement. They're just on their edge waiting.
This ball being pushed forward. Natalie Buchko making some moves on the far side there. Out for a Lady Highlander throw in. Lady Highlanders on a quick counterattack from that a scary moment there that the Lady Tigers had. Look, these Lady Tigers, they came down from Coweta, and they mean business.
Yeah.
They came down here. They're not wanting to get upset, taking the long drive. In many eyes, the number one 5A girls team in the state. Ball goes out for a Lady Highlanders corner kick.
Well, here it comes. The drama will continue. These corner kicks, getting the right people in place. Can you make it the goal? Can you make it the difference and get the win to advance to the state championship? Everybody's kind of on the edge of the seat, kind of the drama that follows, and the kick.
Whew. Ball squirted through.
Do you hold your breath too? I mean, it's kind of like
a little bit,
just right. Okay, and then you just either ready to explode with excitement or kick it out again.
Goal kick comes out. Lady Highlanders on the defense. Layla Mosby playing a heck of a game back there. Malia Cordes back on the ball, and she's gonna have an opportunity here, going low against the taller goalkeeper, trying out her luck that way. Ball was deflected out of bounds on the goal.
And that much. I mean, you just talk about right there, right on the edge. She's trying to pick on that corner. And the fans are standing up, and some in your camera angle because they want to show their excitement. Another corner kick coming up.
Everybody in the stands on their feet for this one. Corner kick. Lady Tiger keeper plays it perfectly, punches it out to a waiting attacker, ready for this counterattack. But Brindley Clark was ready for the counterattack too. Swings it back. That's tipped.
Colliding with the goalkeeper and empty net, and
goes out for another corner kick. But at what expense? We got a Lady Highlander.
Yeah, over there in the.
That's Elena Burke, I believe. Elena Burke is built like a brick wall, too.
Let's just put it in here
like
and let's celebrate. Let's just do it right here. Let's call it right here.
Yeah, let's get a beautiful service and a finish here.
Yeah.
Looking for Emma Hart or Barley Hasty to be huge. Or we go to Layla Mosby.
Kind of.
Ball goes out for Lady Highlanders throw in.
Clock continues to roll.
So
under
I'd love
5:24.
Love to see Brindley Clark come up here as their right back, be a little more involved in this attack. Maybe on a late run.
A lot of bodies in there, and
goalkeeper makes a big play again.
She does.
Elena Burke slow to get up once again.
You understand why she's at where she's at. I mean,
Yeah, you understand why the Lady Tigers are where they are and why she is their starting goalkeeper.
That's right.
Big play by Layla Mosby. Ball bounces in. Oh, Isaacson easily takes care of that one. Sends it right back the other direction.
Get that ball out of here.
Brindley Clark 1v1 with this winger out here. Well done by Brindley to get that ball cleared out of bounds. Let her team reset.
If you're just joining us, Coweta scored the first opening goal in about a couple of minutes in the first half. Macarthur returns the favor, scores in the beginning portion of the second half, and that's where we have stayed 1-1 after regulation, after the first overtime, and we're 3:43 left to go in the second OT.
Lady Tigers trying to swing that ball back over to the right side. That shot comes in, goes off the football crossbar.
Wow.
You know, that shot was on a rope, too.
Yeah. Talked about one of there in the very beginning that they had a player that could really make those long shots.
I've seen a couple that I think could probably make some of them long shots for the Lady Tigers. But we have a couple of those, too. But both of these teams have stellar goalkeeping. Foul called against Barley Hasty over here. Look, we got 3 minutes left in a regular type of soccer.
Well,
golden goal.
What I was telling you, I'd rather win it in regular. I don't want it just makes me so nervous with those
we
kicks in the end.
Kicks from the mark,
Yeah.
which is not only a goalkeeper test, but a attacking test too. Your kickers, it's pressure.
Yeah,
you know, there's a lot of pressure. You got to have ice in the veins to really be a specialist at penalty kicks.
I mean,
Nalia Cord is back on the ball. She's going to look to make a move here in the last 2 minutes. Maybe the last opportunity the Highlanders have before we get to kicks.
You know, you say both of these teams show that they've wanted it. It just comes down to who wants it more, and no one really is. They both want it that bad, and they're playing like it.
Emma Hart makes a move on the outside, gets the ball, trying to cross it off of a defender's head into the goalkeeper's hands. Great play by the center back for Coweta back there, putting that ball high in the air, giving her goalkeeper a chance to make a play on it. And as long as that ball is off of the defender's head, that goalkeeper's able to catch it.
Down to about 1:30 now in the second OT, all tied up at 1 apiece. In the OSSAA 5A semifinals, winner will advance to go to the finals either on Friday or Saturday. To be determined.
Which we were talking about earlier. Bishop Kelly looking to be the one coming off of the other side of the bracket, the other semifinal, in which Coweta actually beat in extra time like this during district play. So probably no lesser of an opponent than we have right here tonight in front of us for the Lady Highlanders. This dogfight after dogfight after dogfight for the Lady Highlanders, who just seem to be able to dig deep,
everything,
grit their teeth,
and make it the last second goal
and do
Just
something.
Put it in.
Here.
Put it in.
We're going to turn here.
Put it in right here. Come on.
Couldn't quite find Elena Burke on the run there. Layla Mosby gets high. Now comes off the side of her head.
Well, I think we've seen it all and have talked about it all in this.
Malia Cordes isn't going to let that one go out of play. She wants play to keep going. 5, 4, ball comes across. Elena Burke heads it towards goal. Goalkeeper scoops it up. That is the end of your second overtime period. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to kicks from the mark.
Okay. Just when you didn't think the drama was over, we're going to go in to the kicks to decide this after 2 OTs, all tied up at 1, but brought to you by the Lawton Marketing Group. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, so we are back at Macarthur High School after 2 overtimes. We'll wipe off the clock. Now it's time to have those finalized kicks.
We go to kicks from the mark. Test for the goalkeepers and their skill and, sometimes luck and guessing the right direction, their instinct. Test for the strikers and just their ability to have ice in their veins and not let the pressure of these kicks.
Well, explain a little bit of what's going to happen here and how this is set up and what needs to have happen.
So each team's going to pick their top 5 penalty takers.
Okay.
And the goalkeeper's going to set up. Looks like they're setting up in the south end of the field. Wait and see who's kicking first here. Highlanders or Tigers.
And then how do we determine the winner? So explain for those who.
Out of those first 5, whoever scores the most penalty kicks wins the match.
If it's a tie?
If it is a tie, we go on 1 for 1.
Okay.
From that point.
Okay. How far have you seen it?
I've seen it go to 11.
11. Okay. It's good. Good to know.
But it'll go until there's a winner.
Gotcha.
So it looks like
Macarthur will
the Highlanders going to kick first.
Yep. Looks like Cortez is up. That's good. That's good.
Yep. All right, we got Nalia Cortez standing over the ball. Out just a little bit, Sam. That one is saved by the Lady Tigers goalkeeper. Easton DeHughes continues, as we have said, to just be
almost
huge.
I know she was just really trying to get to see that. Another opportunity at her opportunity and a save. So now Miss Isaacson's in the goal and see what she can do to stop this.
So this is where that stress that Eric talked about as a goalkeeper parent
yeah,
kind of culminates.
Comes the opportunity.
Ella Isaacson goes the wrong way. Gets sent the wrong way by the attacker. That one goes in the net. Next, Elena Kotani.
Now, is that equal to a goal? Is that a point scored?
So the way
it doesn't work like that.
The way it'll be scored is the winner it'll be a 2-1 match.
Okay, 2-1. Okay. with the best of 5 of your kicks, I guess, right?
Yep.
So now we're trying to even this up.
That one's in for Elena Kotani.
Oh, went way over her head, so.
Tough.
Now Macarthur has an opportunity. Try to tie it again.
That one's sunk. Lady Highlanders back at it. Lady Highlanders need a miss or a save here.
Yeah. Well, it started off with her getting scored on. Let's see her get a save right here. After 2 overtimes, 1-1 score, and now we're into kicks.
The Highlander faithful cheering on Ella Isaacson. That was off the crossbar. Evens things up for the Lady Highlanders. The young ladies here that are on the track as the ball girls even getting excited here. Jumping up and down. Rich in the press box getting excited. Oh, Barley Hasty puts that one in off the upright, or off the post.
So it's 3-2.
It's 3-2.
And
4 kicks taken for the Highlanders. 3 so far for the Lady Tigers. Highlanders need another save or miss here. Ella Isaacson gets frozen by that one.
Yeah.
It's so hard as a goalkeeper.
Where it's going to go, yeah.
With those kicks.
Yep.
They're only 12 yards away. And sometimes they can come zinging at you. You don't know which way they're going to go. You just got to guess.
So much that goes into this right here.
Aspen Edwards stepping up to the ball. Aspen Edwards drops that one in the bottom left corner.
Wow. 4-3.
Yeah, so this is kicker number 5 here for the Lady Tigers.
She gets a save, it's a win.
It's a W for the Lady Highlanders, and they're state bound.
The biggest save right here to continue with history at the Macarthur High School.
This is probably the biggest moment of Ella Isaacson's soccer career. I don't know about of her life in general, but it is probably the biggest moment of her soccer career.
Comes down to this kick right here.
That goes wide. The Lady Highlanders sealed a deal in a 2-1 victory over Coweta Lady Tigers. Lady Highlanders in the middle of the field celebrating, jumping all over each other.
Well, history right there.
What an amazing moment for the Lady Highlanders to seal this up. They are going to play against, more than likely, I think, Bishop Kelly for the state championship.
On Friday or Saturday.
Emotions
and wow. I mean,
are
what
just
can you say?
Out of this world. Both sides of the field. What an amazing time.
I mean, the whole match. I mean, when you talk about what we saw with 1-1, going into 2 overtimes, going into kicks, and then and you feel for the young lady from Coweta. She just off the mark. She just a whiff. I mean, she just missed where she was wanting to determine to go. That the ladies are shaking hands, but the Macarthur Lady Highlanders making history by making their first semifinal appearance, and there's the celebration right there. They want to come to the hometown crowd. Look at that. The guys are coming to storm out there to celebrate. That's right. That's right. First time in school history to make the semifinals, and now the history continues. First time in school history, a state final appearance for the Lady Highlanders in soccer. Congratulations. A wonderful match, 1-1 tie after 2 overtimes, and the penalty and the kicks actually go in at the last for the Lady Highlanders to advance to the state championship game.
Yeah, absolute barn burner tonight.
Wow.
Instant classic here. Such a cool moment.
Yeah.
And
here comes the Gatorade bath.
Yeah,
Coach is going to get drenched
jug.
right here. Here he comes. Going to find a bind.
Coach Nathan Inger might catch a bath here tonight.
I think so. Why not? He's deserved it. These girls have deserved it. And there it goes.
It is. Coach Inger gets the shower. That's an ice bucket challenge.
Yeah, that's right. We got it. What a fantastic finish, and what a celebration that will go on tonight and into the school tomorrow in the hallways. Coweta, nothing to hang your head down. What a great season. It is kind of finalized for them. That's a long bus trip home, but the Highlanders will celebrate, continue the celebration.
The Lady Tigers came here to play tonight.
They did.
They were a very game opponent. Like I said earlier, numerous times, they're in many eyes number one 5A women's team in Oklahoma. What the Lady Highlanders did tonight was something. It's everything to the coaches and to the ladies.
And so basically that will make it a 2-1 final, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's how it will go down in the books as Macarthur wins after the 2 overtimes and the kicks to settle it in the end, 2-1. We want to thank the Lawton Marketing Group for their fantastic sponsorship, and what a way to finish out. And I'll tell you what, we'll continue on. So we'll have some kind of broadcast that we'll probably bring to you coming up for the state finals. We'll give the announcements of when that will take place. And so we are certainly appreciative for all of our great sponsorship for tonight. So for Rich and for myself, Eric Sherem, bidding you a pleasant good evening. The Macarthur Lady Highlanders advance to their first ever state championship. You have been watching 5A semifinal soccer right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.